Hi everybody, welcome to Saturday Live at the Backyard Bird Center. Today, the questions have really been what we normally address in September. And so we back in September we call it the September slowdown, whenever bird feeders really start to slow up and Mother Nature is really kicking in with a lot of her natural foods, and of course migration's underway and things like that. This year, just like the spring, everything was kind of pushed. So the September slowdown really didn't happen like it normally does this year. Now it's more the October slowdown. The bird feeders have really gotten slow now, and a lot of people are going, where are the birds? What happened to my birds? Well, just push it back a month. This is going to, or forward it a month, whichever way you want to do it. So what we normally talk about in September is how the feeders slow down. Hummingbirds, they really straggled all the way. I had a report 3 days ago. People are still asking about taking their hummingbird feeders down. This is that time of year when you can actually have hummingbirds and juncos in your yard at the same time. And that is these first couple of weeks of October. But the hummingbirds now pretty much are gone. A lot of people like to leave their feeders up at least a couple more weeks in case you do have that straggling bird in. I've said it many times. So leave it up as long as you're willing to maintain it and keep it clean. But for the rest of the birds, we're seeing a huge transition in nature. Our bird hikes the last couple of weeks have really shown that. A lot of the native sparrows have come in, which we love to see. White-throated sparrows, white-crowned sparrows, Lincoln sparrows. The Harrison sparrows should be right in with them anytime. We were at Platte Landing Park down in Parkville on Thursday, had a great group of native sparrows in there, and we also had a Eurasian tree sparrow, which was really cool because I've never seen one on this side of the state, so that's a really uncommon bird for us to see in this area. But Mother Nature is providing. There's still lots of poison ivy berries, lots of wild grapes out there, lots of dogwood berries, and while this weather is still pretty mild, and there's no really freezing and thawing going on, the birds are going to take advantage of all that free food, and your feeders are going to be slow. This usually lasts up until about the first week, second week of November is usually whenever we get the really good cold weather, freezing and thawing in here. And then that seed will get knocked to the ground. Those berries will start to dry up. And of course, you got all these animals eating it that are going to use up those natural food supplies pretty quickly. And so the official bird feeding season has always been kind of considered to be mid-November through July, August is that good stretch. So it'll depend on whenever that we get some of that really good harsh weather here to put stress on the birds to bring them back in. This is also the time you need to start thinking about getting your heated bird baths out. October is, we can have some of these really frosty mornings and the water can freeze up in your bird baths, and this is the time to get those heated bird baths out, get them cleaned up, get your bird bath deicers cleaned up using a vinegar water solution to scrub off any of that calcium buildup that might be on those heated bird bath deicers, things like that, because those cold nights are coming. Keep the feed fresh. Remember, never leave your seed in a feeder longer than a month. So this time of year, we encourage you to only fill your feeders about half full instead of all the way full, and then let it go bad in there. So keep less seed in your feeders and keep it fresh is a good. And then of course cover, food, water, and shelter. We always talk about that. Well, cover it. Now that these leaves are falling from the trees, you can see how open it can be in your yard, and those birds really like to have that covered when they come in. And so to jump over to your feeders and get back to escape cover really quickly, because the sharp-shinned hawks have arrived, and the Cooper's hawks that nest here, they're going to be around all winter, and they will love to hunt bird feeder stations. So escape cover is really important to keep your birds safe in a time like this. Not building a brush pile and giving your feeder station extra cover to make your birds feel safer. So October update. Get ready, it's coming, folks. If you didn't get your bird feeders cleaned back at Bird Feeder Clean Day, this is a good time to get those down and clean them up really good for the fall winter season that's getting ready to come. So thanks for joining in. Send in ideas for more programs. Give us a like and share these videos if you will. That really helps us out. Until then, come by, let's talk birds.